What if I told you that you've never experienced reality? Everything you see, hear, or feel is filtered, interpreted by your mind by chemical reactions. This process is called perception, and it shapes every decision you make, every relationship that you build, and every moment you live. Perception is the brain's way of interpreting sensory information to make sense of what's out there in the world. Have you ever heard of the theory where two people could see different colors, where my blue is not your blue and your blue is not the same as Mike's blue? Two people can experience the same exact situation and walk away with completely different perceptions. That's because perception is influenced by things like past experiences, cultures, emotions, expectations, and even mood. Let's break down a few types of perception. First and foremost, we have sensory perception. This is the most basic level of perception and is basically how we interpret raw input from our senses. Sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell all feed in how we interpret what's around us. Second, we have social perception. This is how we interpret other people, their behavior, tensions, emotions. For example, if someone doesn't say hello, do you assume they're rude? Or they're just having a bad day? Maybe they don't like you, or maybe you don't like them, which makes you think they don't like you. Which brings us right into self-perception. This is how you view yourself, your abilities, identity, and worth. It can shape confidence, motivation, and how you respond to challenges. It could also make you cry yourself to sleep. I'll throw that away. Fourth, we have selective perception. We don't notice everything. We filter. Selective perception means we focus on certain details while ignoring others, often based on what we already believe. Let's not get into beliefs. It's a tough topic. Fifth, and my favorite category of perception, is bias. Bias is the distortion in how we interpret and view reality. This comes in forms like stereotyping or even confirmation bias, which can lead us to make unfair or inaccurate judgments. Ever heard of don't judge a book by its cover? Perception doesn't only affect how people view you in a classroom. Perception plays a huge role in workplaces too. Imagine a manager who thinks an employee is lazy. Because of that perception, they might overlook the fact that the employee is given an effort, give them less opportunities. They might interpret neutral behavior as negatively, and over time, that perception can create the bad performance the manager expected. This is called self-fulfilling prophecy. Perception also affects communication. Tone, body language, and even email wording could be interpreted differently based on the receiver. A message meant to be direct might be interpreted as harsh. In team settings, different perceptions might lead to a toxic environment, miscommunication, and even conflicts. If managed well, diverse perspectives can actually improve creativity and problem solving. Now think about outside of work. Perception shapes relationships and decision making. Think about arguments. Both sides will believe that they're right, but there's no right answer. Oh shit, crap, damn it, god damn it. Okay. Both sides will believe that they're right because they have different perceptions of the argument. First impressions as well are shaped by our previous perception. That's why within seconds of meeting someone, your brain forms a judgment of someone. And that judgment could be really hard to change. Perception also affects mental health. Negative self-perceptions could lead to self-doubt, while overly harsh judgments of other people could limit empathy and understanding. So, the key takeaway is, perception isn't reality. It's a version of reality. By becoming aware of how perception works, you could reduce bias, make better assumptions, and better understand others. Because sometimes changing how you see things could change things. Boom.